Football with Ronnie Huckabee.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Harding Football with Ronnie Huckabee. The Bisons coming off a 63-30 victory on Saturday afternoon, and the fourth straight victory for the Bisons coach, and also the nation's top rushing attack with 474 yards made a pretty good day for a Bison team.
It was, Billy, especially the first half. The first half, with the exception of the turnover that led to a score, by UAM, I think it was about as good as we have played or can play offensively. A lot of that goes to, Keenan Kellen, our quarterback, is executing right now at a very high level, and we need that. We need that to continue as we progress through this season. And, if he does that, then we're going to have a chance to be in every game that we play.
All right, the Bisons score a lot of points on our highlights this week. We'll come back and start looking at the highlights after this.
Proud of all of our athletic teams.
Welcome back to Harding Football with Ronnie Huckabee. And the day started out a very rainy day in Searcy on Saturday morning, but by the time we were able to get to kickoff, Coach, it was a beautiful afternoon, bright sunshine, and walked down on the turf before the game, saw you, and it felt like that the turf had not been rained on at all.
Well, that is obviously one of the advantages of having a turf field, is that our turf drains very well, and then we end up, with a dry surface. Start off with a real good run by Romo. Actually, that was Danico, wasn't it?
And they tried to surprise the Bisons here with a surprise onside after they had taken the lead.
And, that's not unusual. If you're in a ball game like this, you're going to take some chances to get an opportunity to win a football game. They'd caused a big turnover. I was very pleased with the way we responded to that. We come back with a big run by Romo, and we did lose control of the football, but fortunately we were called down.
Yeah, and I really felt the way your team responded to that scoop and score early in the football game to put your team down 10-7 was maybe the difference in the whole afternoon.
Well, without a doubt. And, this is the quarterback follow play with Keenan. He goes in for one of his 4 touchdowns, and as I said a while ago, he had a big day. John Gay got back on track, made all of his extra point attempts. This is the counter option to Eric Kelly. Good run by Eric. We executed that play well, except for the turnover. And here we go with play action to the tie. Tripped on the 20-yard line, but that was a good, well executed pass play. And the ball off to Danico again, and it looks like he's going to go in and gets tripped up there at the last minute. That again is the quarterback follow play, which is really just an isolation play where the fullback leads and the quarterback follows him.
Yeah, Keenan a very active first half with 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half.
He sure did, and of course he threw the ball well. He was 4 out of 4. Speed option to Romo Westbrook. Great blocking out in front of him. Romo's dynamic in the open field and does a great job on that carry. This is the triple out of trips to Ahmad Scott. Well executed, well blocked on the perimeter, and we get a big play out of it. We come back with the trap to Romo, and he gets in the end zone.
Bisons at that point leading 28-10.
At that point, we were, feeling real good about the way we were running the football and the play action game. Another triple to Ty Finley. Ty's powerful with the ball in his hands. He's not as fast as some of our slots, but he does a great job of breaking tackles, reading his blocks. This is Eric Kelly, again on the triple option with the pitch. Great job by the blockers out in front, and good job by Eric getting as much as he can. You know, we come back with the midline, and Keenan does a great job of getting in the end zone there. We lost a block right there on the edge and had a defensive lineman standing in the way, and Keenan was able to get into the end zone. Really pleased with that.
And Coach, the defense was outstanding all day, held UAM under 3 yards per carry rushing.
They did play with a lot of passion and intensity. That's a great hit right there by Ashton Williams, who's playing really well for our football team. You know, we have a lot of guys that are playing really well right now on defense, and really pleased with their progress. And you know, those guys are really hungry to improve also, like we've been talking about in the show. We've got a lot of young guys playing over there, and they just continue to get better and better and better. Come back with the play action throwback to Alex Finley. Great route, perfect throw. Really proud of the execution on that play. There we are with the speed option again to Romo. He does a great job finishing that run off. And then we come back with the triple. That's to Jason Aller. The theme here is how many guys we had carrying the football and doing well. We run the toss. Ahmad gets in the end zone. He's got really good blocking out in front of him. And it ends up, you know, with another touchdown.
And you get to reward those slot backs with some runs like that, because they're doing an outstanding job of blocking for your football team.
They sure are. And, you know, we're really pleased with the fact that we have gotten a lot more out of the run game to the slots this year. And a lot of that is due to the execution of our quarterback and his ability to read the entire triple option.
Great blocking there, because Ty Finley almost was able to walk into the end zone. And now we move into the second half with Park Parrish in.
Park's in, we run the trap. Great job by Danico. Good blocking up front, and he's his own blocker for part of that run, and we're really proud of the way he's carrying the football.
Bison's up 49-13 at this point in the football game.
That's a double option that we run right there, and without the dive read, we get the ball kicked to the perimeter, and Ahmad does a great job. Had great blocking out in front of him. This was disappointing. You know, we've done a great job this year of taking care of the football for the most part. We want to continue to do that, and you know, we're going to continue to work hard at it. That's Petty with the carry right there on the first phase of the triple option. He's doing a great job. This is just the off-tackle belly play to Petty.
Big play right here.
Super play. This was a defensive play of the game, as voted by the coaches. This is Bernard Placide. Bernard is a sophomore free safety for us. He's 6'3". He is, you know, going to be a really good player for us. You know, we talked about you know, you can be excited, but you can't be so excited that you spike the football, and you know, you have to learn lessons from things like that. And Bernard is a really good kid, and he'll bounce back from that mistake.
More of Alapeti Magale right here, and Coach, he wound up with 75 yards on 6 carries on the day.
He sure did, and you know, that's the trap play again, well executed up front, and Petty now is an excellent running back. You know, we are very fortunate with the depth that we have at B-back.
Jacob Moore's 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
Jacob on the quarterback ISO. So yeah, good day.
It was a good day for the Bisons for sure. 63-30, the final score. The Bisons victorious on Saturday afternoon, their 4th straight win. Stay with us. We'll come back and hear from the Bisons senior center from Nashville, Tennessee, Dallin Hudson, after this.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles.
Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
We were drawn here from all 50 states and more than 50 different nations. We are 7,000 students of languages, arts, sciences, and life. as diverse as our origins and as different as our backgrounds are, it's remarkable how much we have in common here in this place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
Welcome back to Harding Football with Roddy Huckabee and the Bisons coming off the win on Saturday afternoon. And Coach, very dominating performance rushing, as we talked about when we came on, but boy, your offensive line is a huge part of that and doing a great job.
Without a doubt. And, you know, we have a couple of seniors on there, old men who have paid their dues and been super, super important in the progress of this football team and the success that we've had on offense. That's Jeremiah Vivio and Dallin Hudson, both Nashville, Tennessee boys. Dallin went to Lipscomb Academy, and Jeremiah went to Good Pasture, and they're big rivals. And you know, it's really neat that those guys ended up being teammates here at Harding. And they have done a great job of leading our offensive line all year long. And
the defense was outstanding on Saturday as well. Dalen Skidmore, you talk about the old guys, he's one of the young guys, a redshirt freshman from Houston, Texas, 15 tackles, and he has really been outstanding. He
really has, and you know, there is a lot of excitement about the future of this football team and the future of this defensive football team. And of course, those guys are playing well now, but you know, when you look at the number of really young players that are playing significant roles for us on defense, it's very exciting.
All right, we'll take the opportunity right now to catch up with the Bison's starting center, Dallin Hudson.
Well, it's great for our team. You know, we had a great first half, and we really rolled on them. And we should have picked it up a little bit more in the second half, but it's a great win for us, and just keep the snowball rolling down the hill.
I know that as an offensive lineman, you take a lot of credit, or you don't take a lot of credit, but you take a lot of pride in the way this team is moving the football offensively at 474 yards rushing. I know you've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, we wouldn't want anything less. It's exactly where we want to be, and It feels great, and you know, the backs do a lot of work. They break a lot of tackles at the line of scrimmage, but I'm proud of our O-line and our whole offense this game.
Talk about the offensive line and playing together with these guys.
It's been a lot of fun. Me and Viv have been playing together for forever, and Mike's been around there too. So we're really tight knit. You know, we go out to eat together. We're always hanging out with each other, and we hold each other accountable. Every time we mess up with something, somebody will call you out for it. So it's a really fun position to play.
What's the mood in this locker room right now after the role that this team is on right now to be right in the middle of this conference race?
We're very confident, and we know we control our own destiny, and which is scary at the same time. But we know, you know, we just have to keep doing what we know we can do, and just keep rolling and keep the intensity up. Yeah.
And getting ready for a big one next week on the road at Ouachita.
You know, we've played at Ouachita, I feel like the past 10 years straight, but we're excited about it. You know, it'll be a really, really good test for our team. Another like SAU type game, and we just need to go out there and execute and just keep executing throughout the rest of the season.
Dallin Hudson, the Bison's center, thank you so much for visiting with us, and best of luck.
No problem. Thank you.
And Coach, we talk about the rushing attack, and obviously Dallin Hudson a huge part of that with that offensive line, but also you have to talk about your quarterback in Keenan Kellett. He was a perfect 4 for 4 throwing the football. You mentioned that on the last segment, and that doesn't hurt the nation's top rushing attack either.
There's no doubt about it. When you have the threat of being able to throw the football and you're throwing it effectively, you know, I was talking to Scott Good, our SID, this morning, and you know, we're averaging close to 30 yards per completion. And what that does, and I mentioned this last week in our show, it forces the secondary to play honest. You know, if they can get up and crowd the line of scrimmage and not worry about you throwing the football at all, then it really makes it tough sledding as far as running the football. But if you have the threat of throwing, you got good receivers, which we do, a quarterback who's throwing it very accurately, then it makes the running game easier. If somebody wants to try to completely take away the run, then we're going to throw the football, and that's what we have to be able to do to be successful. And so we are a work in progress, but we're really pleased with the way we're progressing right now and hope to continue to get better each week.
Guys like Michael Beelan and Donatello Luckett, obviously your receivers, but your slide backs have done a great job catching the football in the early part of the season as well.
They have. When you talk about our receivers, we have 4 guys that are playing a lot: Donatello Luckett, Alex Finley, Alex Rochelle, and Mike Beelan. And I want to talk about those guys because they are very unselfish, and a big part of our perimeter run game is how well those guys block. I mean, they are doing a fantastic job blocking. So obviously we love it when we can get the ball to them down the field too. And they've done a great job running their routes and making the best of their opportunities. And as you mentioned, our slots, those guys, every time we have a perimeter run play, you can be guaranteed that we had a good block by a slot and a good block by a wide receiver. And so when we can get them the ball down the field, with the play action game, and it's always a good thing.
All right, UAM now in the rearview mirror after the Bison's victory last week, and now the Bisons turn their attention forward to the Ouachita Baptist Tigers, and we'll come back and talk to Coach about the Tigers after this.
All right, guys, we got to be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're going to run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm going to run around circles, flatten my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, big kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up
to play 60.
Your school doesn't have a program? Be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
Healing takes time. It also takes knowledge and expertise. Here we learn to reach out to and care for others through the application of medicine and true compassion. We understand that our mission is to take our training and abilities out into the world where they can and do heal the lives of others. For us, that mission began in a place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
Welcome back to Harding Football with Ronnie Huckabee. And Coach, the Bison's 4 straight victories, and it doesn't get easy, though, as we go on the road this week down to Arkadelphia to play the Ouachita Baptist Tigers.
A rivalry that means a whole lot to me, Billy, and it really takes me back to 1973, my freshman year at Harding. We played Ouachita out here for homecoming, and of course, Coach Benson was the head coach at OBU at that time. Our starting quarterback was an All-American named Tom Ed Gooden. And Tom Ed had been hurt, and so Jeff Smith, who is a really good friend of mine, came in that day and played really well. It was a back-and-forth game. They had a fantastic tailback named Luther Gwynn that rushed for about 200 yards that day on the patented OBU sweep. And at the very end of the game, we were behind. Tom Ed came off the bench, led us down the field, and kicked a field goal with, basically no time on the clock to win that football game. I think it was like 31-29, something like that. And that was my introduction to this rivalry. And it's been that way really back and forth since I can remember. Of course, I've been a part of it for a long time here as a coach, 28 years. And we have had some fantastic games with those guys. The 2 private schools in the state that play Division II football. A lot of respect for their coaches, a lot of respect for their school and their program, how hard their players play, and looking forward to a really, really competitive football game on Saturday. Those guys will be ready, and we'll be ready too. There's a trophy involved. Anytime there's a trophy involved, it adds a little bit of excitement to the game, and we're hoping for a good performance from our guys on Saturday, and it should be awesome.
And the eyes of the conference will be watching this game very closely, an undefeated Ouachita team and a 1-loss Harding team.
I mentioned this last week. I told our guys, hey, we've regained control of our destiny after the win over SAU and then what happened that weekend in the conference regarding the teams that played each other. So, we need to win this football game. If we do, then we can continue to progress towards our goals. And that's why you got to do it one at a time, and this one is a big one.
All right, Coach, always great to be with you. We wish you the best this week, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it.
That's all for this edition of Harding Football with Ronnie Huckabee. We'll see you next time.
Harding Football with Ronnie Huckabee.